Well, thanks so much. I want to thank the regulators for being here. I would also note for the chair that I don't see the election outcome as this vote for the woke left policy agenda of House progressives. Anything but that. We have more Republicans in the next Congress and the House of Representatives because, quite frankly, the far left went so far. And so, while you have you may have had some successes in the election. I don't think it's a wide endorsement of a far left policy agenda, the chair noted. In fact, what I would note is in the middle of this pandemic, instead of taking political pot shots, we should be taking have a serious concerted effort to have a serious conversation in this committee like we have not had in the midst of this pandemic. And I think that is a very, very sad thing that we've not been more focused on financial stability and the important work that these regulators that are before us today have been about this year. So with that, I'd like to thank our witnesses for being here today. And I want to commend them for the work that they have put in to address the effects of the pandemic on our financial system. They've done a fantastic job, a wonderful, fantastic job, and they all should be commended for the work that they've put in to act decisively at the start of this crisis to provide the necessary certainty and clarity for our financial system. Your quick implementation of the provisions of the CARES Act from March forward provided financial institutions and consumers appropriate flexibility to accommodate their daily challenges that they faced in the midst of this pandemic. I would also encourage you to continue examining the regulations in your purview to ensure stability in the banking system. As I've said previously, and will repeat again today, our focus must be on the following: increasing testing, opening schools safely, and getting people back to work. Last week, unemployment dropped to just under 7%, a rapid turnaround from the April high of 14.7%. This is a good start. Our economy is rebounding, but more can be done. And I believe pro-growth regulations and policies are the key to sustained success. We know that modernizing and right-sizing regulations will unleash the economy and allow consumers and small businesses to flourish. And that's what you're doing, and I appreciate that work that you're about. A big part of that is regulatory clarity. I want to thank Acting Comptroller Brooks and Chair McWilliams for their work to help bring certainty to the legal status of loans made through banking partnerships. Much of the innovation in financial services right now is happening within the context of partnerships between banks and fintech firms. Your efforts have helped bring greater definition to the regulatory and supervisory models for these partnerships. We should also continue to examine the importance of de novo charters in rural banking. Serving banking deserts is a necessary aspect of supporting our Main Street and rural small businesses. And I want to commend my colleague from Kentucky, Congressman Barr, for his work on this important issue. Now, more than ever, technology is going to play an essential role in our financial future. Innovation is important for our success. As new policies are considered, we should ensure that government is not standing in the way of private sector creativity and helping our people. I'll end where I started. The tone of this hearing does not bode well for the next Congress. We have the ability to find good bipartisan solutions that help promote a successful financial system that is inclusive and addresses the needs of the American people. Yet my colleagues continue to choose divisiveness over bipartisanship, and that is disappointing. I want to thank all the witnesses for being here today and for your solid, good work in the midst of this health pandemic. Thanks so much.
The chair